Chris Moyles spent the noughties raising more than a few eyebrows with his outlandish behavior. The Radio 1 shock jock loved to terrorize his BBC bosses by being completely inappropriate, often landing himself, and them, in hot water. At a time that was marked by lad culture, fans loved it and ratings soared under the IMA celebrity. Get me out of here star's tenure. And it seems Chris has also been causing strife in the jungle with his reported close-to-the-bone jokes about the show's host Ant McPartlin. The Radio X star is actually good mates with Ant, but nevertheless, his banter is said to be causing headaches for producers who are having to edit the footage out. Speaking to The Sun, a source said, "Everyone knows Chris' humor can be a bit close to the mark and it's been no different in camp. But there have been some P-take remarks to Ant that have become a problem, like when Ant and Dec pulled up in the speedboat in the first episode. Chris joked he was surprised they let Ant in anything so fast because he's known to crash stuff. Of course, it wouldn't be the first time that the 48-year-old has talked his way into trouble. From a Girls Aloud bullying row to those wildly inappropriate comments about a then-teenage Charlotte Church, his mouth often knows no bounds." Nicola Roberts. Perhaps Chris's most famous feud kicked off in 2002 when he announced that he fancied all members of Girls Aloud, apart from the ginger one. He later branded flame-haired Nicola Roberts the ropey-looking ginger one at the back in his autobiography. During the 6-year feud, he even described her as a sour-faced old cow, and asked, "What's with the long face, horsey chops? Give us a smile." Reaching breaking point, Nicola hit back, telling Chris, "Enough's enough. Shut the F up. This argument doesn't bother me anymore. I've grown out of it, it's 6 years old," she told Heat magazine in 2008. "His obsession with me needs to stop. I don't care what he says about me, but what bothers me is that there are loads of people being bullied for the way they look or act. They are made to feel less about themselves because they don't conform to how society wants them to be." Her bandmate Cheryl even waded into the fray, revealing she'd boycotted Chris' radio show. "I can't listen to Chris Moyles on the radio anymore," she said. "I find what he says about my friend really offensive and upsetting." 4 years later he apologized in a very unapologetic way. "I have made comments that have seemingly caused you to use bad language against me, and for this I apologize," he said. "Every time I've met you, you have been Marty, maybe because I took it too far. I genuinely wish you nothing but happiness." Comedy Dave. They ruled the airwaves together, with Dave Vitti serving as the perfect comedy foil for Chris Moyles on their Radio 1 breakfast show. Dave, best known as Comedy Dave, and Chris were best mates on and off air, but that all came to an abrupt end in 2011 when Chris was pictured holidaying with Dave's ex-wife. Chris and TV presenter Jane Sharp were spotted in Paphos, Cyprus, along with his brother Kieran and his wife Kerry just months after Dave announced their amicable separation. There is no suggestion that the pair were anything other than pals, but nevertheless, the trip is said to have spelled the end for Chris' enduring friendship with Dave. As the Mirror reported at the time, the sojourn led to the two men refusing to speak to each other, leaving Radio 1 staff shocked at the acrimonious nature of their falling out. One insider said at the time, "They were so tight-knit, but that changed almost overnight after Dave got wind of the friendship. Things deteriorated fast and it was never the same again." Chris and Dave continued to work together on The Breakfast Show but dramatically held separate leaving parties when attended. Friends joined Dave in one London pub before moving to meet up with Chris in another. And Dave's mates claimed he felt betrayed by Chris becoming a close friend of Jane, who unstated fellow radio star Chris Evans and presented ITV's late-night bingo show Bingo Live. Speaking about the feud, a Radio 1 insider said that relations were beyond frosty and that ultimately, Dave felt betrayed. "It's very bitter. Dave has got absolutely no time for Chris anymore, and they hardly spoke except when absolutely necessary for the show," the insider said. To say Terry Snow love lost would be an understatement. Dave feels totally betrayed. "It's a shame. They were best friends for years." And in a 2016 interview with The Guardian, when asked if Dave didn't follow him to Radio X because of his friendship with Jane, Chris replied, "That's what people have said." Confirming they remained estranged, he continued, "We haven't spoken in a while. It's no one's business, but everyone's business. The last time we spoke it was, good luck. And you. All that. Wish you all the best. And yourself. Thanks, pal." So. That's it. That's all I'll say on that. DJ Dr. Fox Chris worked at Capital before Radio 1, and it's there that he first butted heads with DJ Dr. Neil Fox. And when Dr. Fox was quoted in 2002 as inviting Chris to go head-to-head in the ring on BBC series Celebrity Boxing, Chris launched an astonishing attack. Branding his former colleague an ego on legs, he said, "Bring it on, Dr. Fox. Here's your quotes, Sun newspaper. I'm going to rip that guy a brand new hole. I'm gonna tear his head off and poo down his neck." He was reprimanded by the BBC. Charlotte Church Chris came under fire after making wildly inappropriate remarks live on air about wanting to take singer Charlotte Church's virginity when she turned 16. The DJ said he would lead her through the forest of sexuality now, prompting a complaint. The BSA Standards panel said it noted that Chris was well known for his near-the-knuckle approach but took the view that the explicit sexual content and humor had exceeded acceptable boundaries for the time of transmission. Charlotte later branded the incident a bit gross. Who do you think about Chris Moyles' time in the jungle? Share your thoughts below. Read more. I'm a Celebrity. Get Me Out of Here. 2022 IAC set, Fake Jungle and Secret Truth. IAC hit with Ofcom complaints on Hancock. Sign up to our I'm a Celeb newsletter. Hosts don't talk to stars before trials.